Hello everyone, and welcome to my CBS Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carter and Daphne are put to the test by her diagnosis. When Lee informed Daphne, Muriel Hilaire, that she had early ovarian insufficiency, she was taken aback. She and Carter have had trouble becoming pregnant because of the illness. Because the symptoms are similar to those of perimenopause, it also explains Daphne's night sweats. For the newlyweds, starting a family has been a top priority. Carter truly wants a child, Daphne told Steffi. Steffi admitted that Daphne is also her best friend. It has been difficult for Daphne to try and fail to conceive. Every line at Forrester has been suspended as the company considers its next course of action. At first, FC thought of their couture line as Eric's return. However, FC wants to return with a fury after Logan received great accolades for Hope and Deke's fashion house debut. They simply have no idea how that will occur. Will is similarly unsure about what lies ahead for him. Elektra left. Since she left him, he has been upset. Will has been feeling a great deal of guilt for keeping Logan's ambitions a secret from Elektra. He fears he has lost the lady he loves, despite Dylan and his family telling him it was business. Ridge and Eric are hoping that Logan's attention would be diverted by the most recent couture presentation. Will makes an effort to contact Elektra. The marriage between Carter and Daphne is put to the test like never before. Will acts, Carter's sadness, FC couture error. Spoilers for Thursday, July 16, 2026 on The Bold and the Beautiful have been released. We can anticipate Will Spencer pleading for forgiveness in this B&B episode. Carter Walton receives depressing information. Additionally, couture serves as a diversion for Ridge and Eric Forrester. Discover what will happen next in the CBS soap opera by continuing to read. The distraction of Eric Forrester. Let's begin with Ridge and Eric. Because Logan had dropped their own line, Ridge decided to put the couture collection on hold. Unexpected press attention and unexpected curveballs have resulted from it. But rather than focusing on fashion, a lot of the media seems to focus on the rumors of the fashion firms. When Eye on Fashion asked Steffi Forrester Finnegan for an interview, she became enraged. Ridge and Eric will then choose to divert attention from Logan by using the couture line. But we worry if there will be further inquiries about Logan from the media. Will Spencer make a plea? Will has arrived at Eric's house to ask Elektra Forrester for forgiveness. Elektra knows that Spencers and Forresters don't get along, even though she still adores her ex. It may be easier said than done to avoid Will. After all, when a guy is having a full-blown emotional breakdown, it is difficult to send him away. At the same time, Elektra believes that she should comply with FC's requests. The interruption of Eric Forrester. It appears that Will and Elektra may be interrupted by Eric's unexpected return home. That would account for Eric's insistence that Will avoid his family in Thursday's spoilers. We saw Elektra making an unsuccessful attempt to obey Eric's commands. The news of Daphne Rose Walton. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne Rose Walton, Muriel Hilaire, may not be able to return to her job following that awful prognosis. But she must, since Carter must learn the news. Carter won't use Daphne's commitment against her. Carter wed Daphne, not her uterus. But these two may have a lot of choices to make, such as whether their marriage can endure in spite of the obstacle to starting a family. Carter's desire to abruptly dissolve the union due to Daphne's infertility seems inconceivable. Stay tuned, though, as it can still cause tension in the marriage. Steffi, disgusted, exposed Finn's grave error. Regarding her monstrous mother-in-law Sheila Carter, Steffi Forrester has remained steadfast on The Bold and the Beautiful. Dr. John Finnegan has honored his wife's Sheila prohibition ever since they were married. However, Finn is beginning to reconsider his biological mother. According to previews, Dr. Finn will attempt to discuss Sheila visiting her grandson Hayes with his wife Steffi Forrester this week on the soap series. It proceeds as well as one might anticipate, and Steffi is likely to remind her husband of her ultimatum. Steffi and Hayes won't be involved if he wants Sheila Carter in his life. Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful indicate that Sheila won't accept no. To show Steffi that she had mended her ways, Sheila recently signed Deacon Sharp's divorce papers. Finn will likely inform his mother that Steffi wasn't interested, but she won't be deterred. In the coming weeks, Finn won't be able to shake Sheila Carter. She will continue to visit his office and attempt to locate him in spite of his warning. It won't be long before Steffi Forrester finds her husband with Sheila Carter and surprises him. Sheila will even accompany them on a future family vacation, according to soap opera teasers. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Shin has been dependable for 5 years, and poor Finn has more than demonstrated his devotion to his wife. Big upheaval for the blissfully married couple is hinted at in the summer teasers. Will Sheila really cause Steffi to break up with Finn? Do you agree with the good doctor that Steffi should give Hayes' grandmother another chance? Will begs Electra, Dylan leaves, and Daphne declines Steffi's offer. This is a recap of The Bold and the Beautiful. Melissa Dillon makes the decision to suddenly have standards in today's episode. Steffi Forrester Finnegan's eggs are rejected by Daphne Rose Walton. Will Spencer also decides on Electra Forrester? Daphne responds to the diagnosis. The nose breaks down in tears and demands that something went wrong. Lee Finnegan reiterates that she is going through an early menopause. She is unlikely to become a mother. Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, was promised a family by Daphne. They have choices, Lee adds. Steffi mentions her frozen eggs. Steffi's eggs are not hers, according to Daphne. The nose desires a child of her own. Steffi embraces her pal while Daphne sobs. Her and Carter's dream was to start a family. According to Steffi, miracles are possible. Daphne believes she has failed. Will is informed by Dylan that she wants him to enjoy himself. Electra will be missed. Dylan tries to comfort Will while he beats himself up. Will and Electra, according to Dylan, are completely different individuals. Sometimes love is insufficient. Dylan believes Electra isn't a good fit for him, which Will might not want to hear. Although Electra is somewhat rigid for a carefree Will, Dylan adores her pal. Will's identity is being altered by Electra. She was saved by the true Will. Dylan has no intention of returning to the beach house. She wouldn't be residing over the garage if she did. She has standards all of a sudden. I'm being sarcastic for those who can't tell. Will can't give up on Electra just yet, but he knows they have chemistry and wants to investigate it. Carter is conversing with Ridge Forrester, Eric Forrester, and Zend Forrester Dominguez at work. The company's culture and the expulsion of certain employees are being questioned by the media. Daphne is on Carter's mind. According to Ridge, conception takes time. Zend supports Ridge. Zend and Carter leave. Ridge and Eric then discuss line delays and gossip. Bill Spencer will soon grow disinterested, according to Ridge. Electra's line is being restored, but Eric is concerned about her. The men concur that Will is the worst thing that has ever happened to Electra. Electra is constantly informed by R.J. Forrester that she cannot be with Will. The woman claims that she is unable to leave Will because she loves him so much. Will, according to R.J., will never change and will always find a way to harm her. As Electra enters Eric's home, she considers Will. Abruptly, the young man appears at the door. In an attempt to apologize, the man claims that without her, his existence is nothing. Whoa, Katie Logan Spencer, Heather Tom, thinks he sounds exactly like Bill. Will breaks down in tears and begs Electra to come back to him. Will begs Electra to return home after Daphne's dreams are dashed. There must be a mistake, Daphne exclaims as she starts crying. She must be able to conceive. Lee claims there isn't a mistake. It is highly unlikely that she will ever become pregnant due to her early menopause. Carter was promised a family, according to Daphne. Steffi brings up her frozen eggs when Lee says there are possibilities. Fantastic for you. They're not mine, exclaims Daphne. She desires a child of her own. She sobs thinking how disappointed Carter will be while Steffi hugs her. Their joint dream was to start a family. Her friend assures her that miracles are possible. Daphne feels inadequate. Will is informed by Dylan that she wishes he had more fin and grins. He is aware that she is attempting to lift his spirits, but he misses Elektra so damn much. He regrets not being harsh with RJ and being truthful with Elektra. Dylan reminds him that he and Elektra are quite different individuals and exhorts him not to beat himself up. Love is insufficient at times. Dylan doesn't think he and Elektra are a good fit, even though he may hate to hear it. She is devoted to her friend, yet Will is a free spirit, and Elektra prevents him from being who he truly is. The man who rescued her is the true Will. Although she doesn't intend to return, she wouldn't be residing over the garage if she did. Dylan requests that he keep Elektra's presence a secret because doing so could result in her termination. She laughs that since she could work for him at Spencer, it might not be all that horrible. Will is grateful for her. He can't give up on Elektra just yet, even though he knows they have chemistry and would love to explore it. Carter tells Zend, Eric, and Ridge that their business culture is being questioned by the media, and that this is being used to drive out employees. He hopes everything is alright and is preoccupied with Daphne's fertility appointment. He is reminded by Ridge that getting pregnant takes time. Carter is assured by Zend that it will occur. Carter expresses gratitude for their support and speculates on the experience of becoming a parent. Eric bemoans the talk and the wait for his line after he and Zend depart. Ridge is certain that Bill will get disinterested and that this bump won't endure. Eric is concerned about Elektra's devastation, but her line has been restored. They concur that the worst thing that could happen to her is Will. Forrester and Spencer don't work, RJ informs Elektra. She will always be harmed by Will. She loves Will so much that she is unable to avoid him. Will never change, RJ reiterates. She must let go if she hopes to break the cycle of suffering. Carter and Zend enter after they depart. Carter tells himself that he and Daphne will start a family while always checking his phone. Sadly, Elektra considers abandoning Will as she enters. He shows up in the doorway. He apologizes and wishes he had told her the truth. He should not have been violent with RJ and listened to his father's advice regarding loyalty. Without her, the house is dead. Without her, he is crumbling. He sobs and implores her to return home. Daphne had been dreaming of having a family with Carter up until this moment. Since their honeymoon, they have been attempting. However, all of the tests yielded negative results. Daphne was perplexed as to why she was unable to conceive. She believed that what she was doing was correct. Lee met Daphne throughout the episode. She was providing advice to another physician who had identified Daphne's early menopause. Instead of focusing on the clinical details of early menopause, Daphne's emotional response to B&B was caused by her initial focus on the loss of her future. Her inquiry to Dr. Lee Finnegan about her capacity to conceive emphasizes the abrupt sadness that arises when one realizes that a desired future is no longer feasible. One of the most poignant scenes in the episode was Daphne's reaction to Lee's diagnosis. Rather than questioning the diagnosis itself, her immediate inclination was to find out if she could conceive. Premature menopause was not the topic of the scene. It was about the speed with which one may perceive an entire future vanishing. Daphne has complete control over all facets of her life. She's grown used to maintaining that authority. She became a successful perfumier because of it. However, Daphne will soon discover what it's like to be powerless. Daphne saw that her future was disappearing with a few brief words. She came to the realization that she and Carter would not be able to have the future she had imagined. Being extremely well organized, independent, and fully in charge of her own fate is the foundation of Daphne's identity. Her initial reaction can be a protective retreat as she is no longer in control of her biological timeline. Daphne may persuade herself that she can't provide Carter with the family he wants. Daphne may decide to dissolve their marriage in order to control the conditions of her own pain rather than be pitted or rejected. Daphne might, on the other hand, turn into an obsessive investigator of alternate routes to parenthood. Having a baby won't be the only reason for this frenzied energy. It will turn into a last-ditch psychological effort to put an unmanageable circumstance into a tidy, controllable box.